In 1776, something incredible happened. A new nation was created based on ideas that were completely different from most of the world. The United States promised liberty, equality, and opportunity, not just for a few people, but eventually for everyone. Now, as we reach 250 years of this experiment, we have to ask ourselves a serious question. Can we keep it? Can we protect the freedoms that generations before us fought so hard to build? That question isn't just for historians or even politicians. It's for all of us, especially my generation, because we're the ones who will decide what America looks like for the next maybe 100 years. When the founders created this republic, they focused on big ideas. Those ideas were individual rights, limited government, and a system where people control their own destiny. Those ideas weren't perfect in practice. The early United States left out a lot of people, but the ideals themselves pushed the country forward. Over time, Americans fought to make those ideals real. The end of slavery, women's suffrage, the civil rights movement, and more recent pushes for equality have all expanded freedom. These changes didn't happen overnight, though. They happened because everyday Americans believed in the same basic promise. And that promise was that this country can always improve and that we all have a role to play. So, when we talk about keeping the republic, we're really talking about honoring that long tradition of working toward a better and freer America. But today, we face challenges that make many people wonder about the future of our democracy. Political division feels stronger than it ever has. Social media spreads misinformation in just seconds. Some people lose trust in our institutions while others feel left behind by the economy. It can feel like we're drifting apart instead of coming together. At the same time, many of us, especially young people, don't always feel connected to our government. A lot of people don't vote, so some don't believe their voice matters. And when freedom isn't protected or used, it becomes weaker. These problems are real, but they aren't impossible to solve. In fact, they're exactly the kind of challenges that previous generations faced in their own ways. And just like them, we get to decide how we respond. So, how can my generation help protect and strengthen this republic? First, we have to stay informed. That means checking sources, learning our history, and understanding how our government works. If we don't know what's true, we can't defend the truth. Second, we have to participate. Voting isn't just a right, it's a responsibility, and it's not the only way to be involved. We can volunteer, speak up at school board meetings, join clubs, support causes we believe in, and start conversations that matter. Even small actions can make big impacts. Third, we need to respect each other even when we disagree. Democracy only works when people can debate ideas without tearing each other down. Listening is just as important as speaking. When we treat each other with basic respect, we strengthen the country instead of dividing it. And finally, we must keep the American promise alive by making sure freedom and opportunity are real for everyone. That means fighting against hate, protecting equality, and helping those who need it, because a country built on liberty only works when everyone gets a fair shot. The founders talked about a more perfect union. They never said perfect, though. They said more perfect, because they knew America would always be a work in progress. Our generation gets to be a part of that progress. The future of our republic won't be shaped by one leader or one moment. It will be shaped by millions of small choices made by people like us. Every time we choose to participate instead of staying silent, to help instead of ignore, to understand instead of judge, that's how we keep this country strong. We've inherited something powerful, a nation built on freedom, protected by generations who risked everything to defend it. Now it's our turn. We have the chance to make America more equal, more fair, and more hopeful than it's ever been. So can we keep it? I believe we can. but only if we remember that freedom isn't automatic. It's not guaranteed. It's something that we have to work for, care about, and protect every single day. The founders gave us a republic. Now it's up to us to keep it and to make it even better for those who come after us.